Transformer Thursday. Check it out. Transformer heaven here. Wall wart right there. Pieces that come out of a wall wart. This is the bobbin that you wrap your coils around. Too big for what I needed to do. These are the cores here, E's and I's they call them, and you sort of just stab these in, yep, like such, and then from opposing directions, so the next one stabs in, you know, that way, and then you fill up the gap there with these guys. Anyway, this form is just too big for what I want to do. I mean, basically you'd be adding almost the weight of this transformer to 2 pickups, and it's just too much. So made a little smaller bobbin out of some office supplies here. So these are like little labels for folders that have perforations on them, and this is kind of what they look like after I mark them up and score them, so they fold into a little square, and you know, once you get it into square form, I've got these little end cap dudes, and then we super glued them. I'll show you how I did that. But then I took some cores and cut the ends off of them, like such, and this is about enough to fill this guy up. So I'm hoping that I can wind my coils around this bobbin. I actually tried a bunch of stuff over the weekend and through the week using some masking tape as a form and some other things, and I use this here string or bobbin threader, I don't know what you want to call it, pickup winder that I made, and it's got a little counter on board, so we did 2,500 winds, 2,503 winds in that piece right there, and it's got a little drill chuck and some reduction gears, a lot of reduction gears actually. I had to slow this thing way down, and a little drill motor back there. This thing went together in slick fashion. So anyway, I used that and it worked like a charm. The only problem was when I started putting the cores into this bobbin, it started coming apart, and this wire is like thinner than human hair, so it I mean, you can just break it just by touching it, you know, and so it's pretty fragile. And when I got into it with the cores, it just didn't work. So I needed something a little bit more rugged. So I made it out of paper. So that's that right there. A bunch of sketches here. So this is a sketch of how I was going to build an alumitone, very similar to alumitone pickup. And with 2 bar magnets and so forth. This is just basically a copy of their design, seeing if I could come up with how to do it using this type of bar magnet, you know. And when I got into it, I just didn't like it. It just, I don't know, just didn't like it. Didn't have the right kind of magnets on hand, was going to have to cut some stuff down. There was so much to this I didn't think I wanted to fabricate. So I took a look at doing it like this. And you can see there's a couple holes here. I had a piece of copper wire that ran through a different transformer, through the primary side of a different transformer. And there's these little neodymium magnets in here. And so I put 6 of them in there and tried it out, and it was alright. And then I stacked another set, so I've got actually 12 magnets in here that are spaced right on the string spacings. And when I put that second set of magnets in there, it just started to rip. So that's definitely the direction I'm going to go. So I brought home some plastic here that I'm going to use on the back side. Right now I just got a piece of metal in there, a piece of steel, and the magnets are just stuck to it. So I'll super glue the magnets to the plastic, and that's what this little black piece is here. So these are my cores there, and that's my bobbin with 4 wires coming out. So I'm going to split the coil. So I'll do, you know, like the big positive, and then I'll have half coil, full coil, and then ground. So that's kind of where I'm headed here. It's taken me an awful long time to do the experiments, and so there's what I got for now. Okay, I got a setup here. I got my counter reset, and I'm gonna do just a few I don't know what you want to call them. Just get the winding started, and it doesn't like to spin this way by hand apparently. Well, let's see if we can just fire it up then. So there's our first 2500. So I'm going to cut this and do a bunch of taping and stuff, so I'll come back. There we go. I think we're slightly under 5,000 winds. The bobbin was kind of skipping a little bit there at the end, but we're close enough to make this happen. Fortunately or unfortunately, I think that is all for this evening. I'd love to hang out and do more. I was really hoping to get the pickup done and sort of operational, but we got to cut it off there. I got to go see my wife and chat with her a little bit. We're designing a piece of custom furniture for our living room, so that'll be on the slate sometime soon, so that'll be a fun little project. So anyway, that is it for now. Don't let your meatloaf